several hundred kids and adults came to the Jim Hall Foothills Learning Center in early June to learn about domestic sheep.
You and I, we were captive.
The educational event was co-sponsored by the Idaho Wool Growers Association, the Idaho Rangeland Resource Commission, and Boise Parks and Recreation.
There's a lot of people and they're enjoying themselves, and I hear the sheepdog trials are just fabulous. I think this is wonderful. All these people interested in sheep and agriculture. One little boy just ran out the door, "Where are the sheep? Where are the sheep?"
The event featured vendors, live music, sheep shearing, and sheep herding demonstrations. And of course, a delicious lamb lunch.
You're very welcome.
The kids seemed to be enjoying themselves. There were lots of hands-on learning opportunities going on.
You're doing great.
They're funny. Just cutting the fur off so they don't get hot.
The kids like the food, too.
Are you guys having fun today?
Yeah, I am.
Good. What are you liking about this event here today?
Ice cream. I think the sheep are probably really cool.
So yeah, it's been a cool event. Lots of kids showing up, really cool demonstrations and stuff, and yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful day out here and everybody's learned about sheep.
Part of the purpose of the event is for Boise residents to learn more about the sheep that they may see passing through the Boise foothills every year in the spring as they head to higher pastures.
We've taken the girls up specifically just to see the sheep grazing in the foothills before, just going up on Crestline and up on the trails up there just to show the girls what's going on and see the shepherds, you know, have their camp set up and everything, the herders up there. So it's been pretty cool, but now it's made for public event here so everybody can learn about it.
It's one of those things where the more you know, the more you understand, the less fear and distrust you have. You get up close and personal with the sheep. Then suddenly that day you're out running on the trail and the sheep are in the way. It's not this horrible thing. It's like, hey, I got to see these guys and touch them. I understand them. Isn't that cool that they're trailing through the foothills right now?
That's free hand lotion.
We love this day. It brings in lots of new folks to the Foothills Learning Center, and it's a wonderful way for the sheep folks to really get the word out about what they're doing.
In a demonstration of herding sheep with trained dogs, Levon Calzacorta shows how it's done with a border collie named Gus.
You'll notice the concentration of Gus out there. He's a border collie. This is what he is bred to do, working sheep.
Calzacorta grew up on a ranch, so taking up the hobby of working with herding dogs was natural for him.
I went to a sheepdog trial and saw that and went, oh, now that's something I can do. So I got involved with it. I've been doing it about 17 years.
Calzacorta says he goes to about 10 to 12 field trials per year all over the Pacific Northwest. There are modest prizes for the winners.
It's not one of those things where you're going to get rich at it. You know, if you pay for your weekend, you're pretty happy.
He's really smart.
Cool. So the money's really in the training and the selling the dogs.
Purebred puppies cost $800 to $1,000, and trained dogs can sell for $8,000 to $10,000. Calzacorta says when training the dogs, you try to figure out their natural abilities and build from there.
Just like us, they'll be right-handed or left-handed. They'll be good at fetching or driving, but they won't be able to do the other.
To teach the dogs to herd from right or left, he uses whistle commands.
So my clockwise, or my come-by, as it's called, is... And then my counterclockwise, which we would be in the way, is... I mean, he understands what I want.
Border collie from the borderlands of Wales and England, controlling and managing the livestock on behalf of the handler. Nice work, Levon, Calzacorta, and Gus at work.
That was awesome, Levon and Dad.
Sheep-related vendors sold soap, arts and crafts, and barbecue sauce. And kids could feel the different kinds of wool produced by sheep. People also could learn about sheep camps, the compact camping wagons that some sheep herders still use to this day. James England of Emmett brought a refurbished sheep camp to the event.
That's what the sheep herder lived in for 6-8 months out of the year. Original self-contained camper wagon, short on a couple of amenities called a restroom and a shower.
The camps have a bed, storage spaces for clothes and food, and a wood stove to keep things warm. England's father restored the camp that he brought to the event.
I think he actually built 5 or 7, just built them from the ground up.
England, a veterinarian, says he's pleased to see all the people attending the Sheep in the Foothills event.
It'll educate people as to, number one, where our food comes from, but number two, our food's doing other things for us, protecting the ranges, cleaning the ranges, and of course with the sheep, we're getting other things like wool. You talk about multiple use lands, you got to talk about a multiple use animal. Look at the sheep. You got protein, you've got fiber, you've got weed control, you've got rangeland control. There's all sorts of things that they do.
All in all, the Sheep in the Foothills event was a great day for the public to learn about sheep.
Oh, it's cool, especially the education component of seeing the sheep out here is ties it to the part of the history of just Idaho. My grandpa was a sheep herder for littles back in the 50s maybe. So I was raised around sheep my whole life.
13 miles up the Yankee Fork in Idaho. Yeah, 13 miles up the Yankee Fork in Idaho.